If you must learn how to provide for your family in this remaining part of the year, if you must learn how to do greater things, you must sit down. What does it mean to sit down? You must plan. Listen, don't follow any man that is not accountable. I don't like a leader that is not accountable, does everything without accountability. It's not a sign of a good leader, it's a sign of a baby. Sleeping unnecessarily can make you to make a mistake. Check following a man that sleeps during the day anyhow. You see what I mean? That the sleep can control him, and he's one driving you. Listen, you are not yet a man until you can control yourself. And hear this in a person that cannot control the tongue, that cannot control the sexual appetite. Can't read. When Jesus then lifted up his eyes and saw a great company come unto him, he said unto Philip, where shall we buy bread that this may eat? Verse 6. And this he said to prove him, for he himself knew what he would do. Philip answered him, 200 penny worth of bread is not sufficient for them, that every one of them may take a little. Verse 8. One of his disciples, Andrew and Simon Peter's brother, said unto him, 9. There is a lad here which had 5 barley loaves and 2 small fishes, but what are there among so many? 10. And Jesus said, make the men sit down. Now there was much grass in the place, so that the men sat down in number about what? 5,000. Hallelujah. I want to talk on what I call make the men sit down. Continue verse. Let's get to verse 12. If you want to clap, you clap well. And Jesus took the loaves, and when he had given thanks, he distributed to the disciples, and disciples to them that we are set down, and likewise of the fishes as much as they would. Yes, continue. When they were filled, he said unto his disciples, gather up the fragments that remain, that nothing be lost. Nothing shall be lost in your life. Hallelujah. Can be seated. Make the men do what? Sit down. God is asking us that in this second half of the year, if you must see that overflow, you must learn how to be a man, and you must also sit down. They encountered overflow. There was a debate. What should we do to be able to take care of these thousands of people? And Jesus said, I know the answer. No matter what is bothering you now, no matter the challenges you're going through, you can overcome it. You can come out of it with a great success. You can come out victorious when you learn how to make the men to do what? To sit down. Or when you learn how to be a man to do what? To sit down. So we're going to get straight into the meeting. They wanted to see overflow. Jesus wanted to see 5,000 men fed. Maybe you are in this place in this second half of the year, you want to see projects in your hands being done. If you have one, did you hear what I said? If you have what? Because there are some people that live their life without plan. There are some people that live their lives once they wake up in the morning and they eat, they are okay. Maybe there are things you have set out that you want to accomplish, you want to see by the end of this year. Maybe there is a song, in case if you have one, that is in your belly. When I talk about your belly, I talk about your spirit man. There are greatness that you notice that is embedded inside of you that we want it to come out. So we'll be talking about how to make those things to come to that height. Listen, I'm going to break this meeting into two. I'll be talking to, hello, I'll be talking to every one of us. Towards the end of it, I will narrow it down, start talking to the leaders and the workers. Hallelujah. Now, if you want to see that by the end of this year, number one, you must learn how to be a man. And when you talk about a man speaks of what? I want to hear from you. What does a man speaks of? Listen, a man speaks, listen, we've got to learn how to be intelligent. A man speaks of maturity. When you talk about a man, he speaks of a maturity. There is a boy, there is a man. Anytime, like in your sense, they say this is a boy. You know, we are talking about infancy. We are not talking about maturity. Now, when you talk about a man, you talk about maturity. When you talk about a man, it speaks of what? Defense. It speaks of what? Defense. You talk about a man, another thing you see in a man is what? Is strength and vigor. When you talk about a man, you talk about strength and vigor. When you talk about a man, you talk about provision. A man provides. You hear this, not the woman provides. It's a man that provides. So a man speaks of all these things. Hallelujah. So Jesus is simply saying, if you must see that thing that you want to accomplish this year, maybe there is a building project that is in your hands that you want to accomplish. Jesus said, if you must see it come to pass in your life, if you must see your hands lay that block and finish that building, you must be what? You must be matured. You must have strength. The Bible says that if you fail in the days of adversity, it's because you lack strength. You must learn how to up your strength. You must learn growth. You must grow. You must grow. You can't continue to be at this current level and see that project accomplished. You can't be at this. The truth is, there are some people that you can't continue to be at this level and you get married. Because if you must get married, you must grow. A person that the mouth is not good might not get married easy. So part of maturity is that your mouth you must grow. A man is one that knows how to tame his tongue. And when you talk about a man now, we are talking about vice versa now. A man that can control his spirit is better than a man that can take cities, takes building, but he cannot control his temper. Hear this, no matter what you see, they say you have weakness. You have okay, no problem. I listen to me. You are a woman, you notice that your temper is something else. You got to work on it. You got to work on it no matter what. You got to work on it. And most of the times it might be demon. A girl came on Thursday and she will share some things and she said how temper has cost her a lot. How temper has cost her relationship. When I talk about relationship to the highest level, it has cost her a lot of things. And he said, Pastor, presently now, something is about to break, to scatter about my relationship, a level of relationship. Something is about to break. It has messed up my life. When you look at the girl, beautiful young girl, I called my wife, I said, come. I said, two of you should go and talk. I said, when you finish talking, let her come back. Because there is a place of knowledge. There are some things that she needs to understand. Listen, you must learn how to have what you call shock absorber. You must absorb some things. As a woman. Now, when you finish, I laid hands on her. Immediately I laid hands on her. The power of God came upon her. You see what happened to her after she said that I didn't know where I was. She saw that it left her. Because there are times it could be demonic spirits that is causing you to behave that way you behave. There are some of us, after you finish, you start regretting what you did. Am I right? So Jesus is saying that if you must see that thing accomplished by the end of this year, you must learn how to do what? Control your temper. You must learn how to mature. Hello? Let me tell you the truth. You speak when you ought to speak, not when your body say you should speak. Let me even tell you another level. You sleep. You see people like now in a meeting, they can sit down and sleep. They are immature people. The truth that there is a level of greatness they can attend. There's a level of greatness they can attend. Most great men are night men. Their level of greatness they can attain. Imagine what you look like. Imagine how you look like you are before a great man, before a governor, a president. A president is talking to you, you are nosing. You notice that you are a child, you are a shaft. And can I tell you, that door can't open again for you. Sleeping unnecessarily can make you to make a mistake. It can make you check if you are a banker, you are behind the counter, you account money, it can make you over check. Check following a man that sleeps during the day anyhow. You see what I mean? That his sleep can control him, and he's one driving you. He's one driving you. Hear this thing. Hello, listen. You are not yet a man until you can control yourself. And hear this thing. A person that cannot control the tongue, that cannot control the sexual appetite. That's why you can see somebody. This one say, I can't say. Under 1 year you start sleeping with a girl. You are not married. Even if you are not married, you a girl came around you. Under 3 months you have slept with a girl. It shows how animalistic you are. It shows how animalistic you are. That's the truth. You should be able to say, listen, you can cut with somebody for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, for as long as you want, without sleeping with her. The only thing that measures and gauge should be put in place. Two of you should sit down first and set boundaries. The places that this relationship is not permitted to go. Am I talking to you? Listen, if you can do it while cutting, you will be promiscuous in marriage. Let me tell you, one of the greatest testimony you can have as a man is that after you have married your wife many years, you say your wife is the only woman you have ever slept with. If you must learn how to provide for your family in this remaining part of the year, if you must learn how to do greater things, you must sit down. What does it mean to sit down? You must plan. Listen, don't follow any man that is not accountable. I don't like a leader that is not accountable, does everything without accountability. It's not a sign of a good leader, it's a sign of a baby. Sleeping unnecessarily can make you to make a mistake. Check following a man that sleeps during the day anyhow. You see what I mean? That the sleep can control him, and he's one driving you. Listen, you are not yet a man until you can control yourself. And hear this thing, a person that cannot control the tongue, that cannot control the sexual appetite.